Big Ugly wanted a rap dance, but I don't know how to rap, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I'd like to say hi to the deacons here that are sitting here. I love this idea. It reminds me of the good old Southern Baptist churches I used to go to in Tennessee. So every so often, let's just go ahead and keep that theme and give me an amen if you agree. Do we want some freedom? Amen. That's what I thought. Now, what about government? Do we really want less government?
Amen.
Well, do we? Now, do we want to punch a little 2-year-old girl in the nose less? Or do we not want to punch her in the nose at all?
At all.
So then when I start thinking about government, I think, well, there's some basic functions we've got to have government. I mean, we can't completely get rid of government. That's ludicrous. And what Joel said, and I hate to speak poorly of a competitor, but he said that stealing is wrong. Well, if we're going to take a little bit of money from those people for me to hire that guy to protect those people, and if those people don't want to give me the money, that's stealing. So we've got to agree that stealing is okay as long as it's for the government and the government's here to help us. I don't hear any amens. So maybe what I'm wondering is if the philosophy of a stateless society, no government, really sounds good to us. But now let me ask you this. Can we go out tomorrow and can we elect a president that believes there shouldn't be a government? How do we think that would work out? Probably not. She's not going to want the job, right? So let's take a step back and let's do what we can now to get little by little by little a little less government. Does that sound right?
Amen.
Amen. God, I feel like I'm back there again. I love this. This is wonderful. Has anybody ever been to a Southern Baptist church in the hills of Tennessee, Muddy Pond, Hanging Limb? Amen. Oh, see there? Okay. Well, boy, those people just spoke with fire, and I loved it. I feel the fire. You all feel the fire. Raise your hand if you like liberty. Amen. Okay, now those of you that didn't, or that were slow, we're going to have to work even harder than that. We're going to have to work harder than going like that. Or even, we're going to really have to work hard. We're going to have to write those letters. We're going to have to make those phone calls. We're going to have to go and talk to the next door neighbor and say, hey, I have an idea I want to run by you. What do you think of this? How about we aren't ruled by those guys with the guns that have a monopoly on power? How about we live free? How about we sell you some goat's milk? And by the way, I've had goat's milk, and I'd much rather have cow's milk, but the cows aren't as good as getting rid of the brambles and stuff. The goats will eat anything. You know, those cans, they'll eat the paper and the glue off of them. I love that about goat. Here I go off on the goat thing. I was thinking of grandfather's old ram, wasn't I? The old Mark Twain story. I'm going off on a tangent. Let me get back to the basics and close out here. I'm here to talk to you about liberty. But I don't want you to listen to me talk about liberty. I want you to go out and take action for liberty. I don't want you to listen to my rambling or anybody else's rambling, especially the people with guns that have the hats that say government on them. Doesn't matter who wears that hat. We can put great people like Kel and Sue. We can give them those hats, but they're still the government. They're still taking our money to do what they want with somebody else. They're still telling us that our pond, as Joel was saying, they're still saying that we have to do certain things on our property? No, that isn't how it should be. We're all on the same page here for the most part. Let's agree to disagree about some things, but let's move forward. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's make sure that next year we each get some more people involved that want to come here. If those of you that were here don't like what I had to say, I would love it if you compete with me. Anybody here think you can put on a better Liberty Fest or Freedom Fest? Do it. I challenge you, do it. I'm radical. We don't need this. We need reasonable people. At least 2 or 3 of you ought to be able to do it. Come on, let's get some more Freedom Fest, Liberty Fest. Our name isn't copyrighted. We'll sue you anyway, but it's not copyrighted. So go ahead and do it, and let's get some liberty happening. What do we say? Amen. Amen, folks.